Hey you guys. So I thought it might be kind of fun to do a little, I don't know, studio tour. And so I've recently, like my salt shaker right there, I've recently like rearranged most of my house, a lot of the studio. And I thought it would be kind of fun to show you guys what it looks like before I trash it again. So as some of you may know, I've got a thing for filing cabinets, and I have lots of them. They're so useful, and I thought it would be kind of cool to maybe show you guys what's in my drawers. The ones that I can show you anyway. Okay, so let's just kind of start over here. This is my desk, okay? This is my actual desk. And then it's a really cool desk. It's this really long, like, you know, old office style desk. So I put up these shelves up here, where I had my studio space before was just kind of like over along that wall. But, I've tried to sort of consolidate it into a smaller space in this big room. So this room is actually the den of the house. So you can see over there is my kitchen, and then there's my TV, and I'll walk through some of the other things that I've done too, just to give you an idea. It's just fun to share, right? I mean, people are nosy, so anyway, but the point is that I had these big shelves that were in here that I really wanted to move into another room because they're big and deep, and I thought maybe I could store yarn and fabric and stuff like that on those instead of, you know, all these funky, weird little boxes that were too small for the shelf. And anyway, so the goal was to have everything I need to make journals sort of within arm's reach. You know, maybe I'd have to scooch my chair or something, so that I'm not, it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that I wind up not putting things away because it's like on the other side of the room, you know what I mean? So I wind up with these giant piles of things all around my desk, and we'll see if this helps. But anyway, so I just wanted it to be in a smaller space. And okay, so you're tired of staring at those shelves. But anyway, so I put all of my kind of like jewelry or, you know, beads and buttons and things like that on these shelves here, and they're all just in these weird containers, but I basically know what's in them, so I don't have to label them. I've got a couple of those little spinny things for stamps. So these are all my like postal stamps, old vintage ones, you know, and these are my like store stamps, my like what do you call them, stamps that Bob made at Signet Stamps with my logo and that kind of thing. And then in these cute little these were little Russian wooden bowls that my mom had, and she didn't want them anymore, so I got them. And so I put my peg stamps in 2 of those bowls, and then this is my little stickles and stuff, and then there's my 3-hole punch that was gifted to me by Bridget. Thank you, Bridget. These are just some, you know, old vintage like clipboards and stuff. And I have a thing for boxes. So there's just some little, you know, weird boxes. Just all beads and buttons and things like that. These are my little metal impress art stamps that you know, into metal. And then in here are other stamps and some embossing things that I use most often, which isn't super often, but most often. And then my little metal stencils are in here, and then the little number stamps are in there. And then down down, down, down. Got my little warmer thing. Just boxes full of little things. Like these are my little snaps, my old vintage snaps. These are old vintage things from Louise, like drawer pulls and things like that. These are all my little like book plates and book corners and whatnot. Chain, different types of repurposed chain, reclaimed chain, I guess. I don't know what this tray was originally, but I just loved it. I saw it at a thrift store, and I just love it. It's really great for putting out when I'm working on charms. I can kind of sort things into those. More little beads, and this is where all the little glass bottles and stuff are in here. This is kind of a little catch-all, some other little catch-all thing. So then here's my printer. So just remember that, like, a lot of the things that I use in my studio are things that I bought at thrift stores and stuff. So I just, you know, I just try to make them work however I can. Some of these like plastic drawer units I bought at like Target, you know, but they're useful, and at the same time they're not useful. Like they kind of annoy me because they start to sort of droop down if you put anything real heavy in the center of them. So whatever I put on top of them, I try to make sure that it's actually, the weight is actually distributed onto the edges, and then they don't sag, if you know what I mean. Like the middle start to like droop down, and then the drawers won't open and stuff. Anyway, so glue, randomness. Oh, this is this little light strip that I bought that kind of annoyed me. It has to plug into a USB, and anyway, my son's cigarettes in there. I hide them from him. Ball chain, things like that. And then, what's this? Oh, this is more like findings. This is just like, you know, wire, head pins, the little chandelier pieces, that kind of stuff. This is more stuff like for like buckles, things that go like hardware for journals. There's a box of marbles there. I guess I know where my marbles are now. One more. Oh, and then this is just like less frequently used tools, but tools that I still want to have, you know, handy. Like that little box that I use when I'm drilling glass, and then I fill it with water, you know. Anyway, so that kind of stuff. And then these are old like army kind of style filing cabinets. They're kind of cool because each one is a separate unit, each drawer. And so I could have just like one drawer somewhere if I want to, you know. They sort of like latch together at the top. Anyway, so this is, I might move this stuff to the other side so it's on my left-hand side instead of my right. But this is where I keep like all of my, you know, like this kind of stuff. Like, what am I trying to say? Eyelets and glue, bulb pins, needles, just things. These are little paper punch pieces, reinforcers. There's a box of, these need to go somewhere else, bobbins, just, you know, stuff like that, stickers and extra staples and stuff like that. And then this one, I've got like inks and paint, less frequently used things, you know, alcohol ink, and all of my like metallic luster and Inca gold and that kind of stuff. So just just in case you didn't know, Inca Gold actually reconstitutes with water. So if yours dry out, you can just give them a spray with some water and they come back to life. Anyway, so this little cart has all of my like book binding things, you know, and then like elastic and baker's twine, that kind of stuff. It needs to be organized, but and then the bottom I'm going to put other things. I have another box. I cleaned out my other like storage craft room, so I've got a whole box of things that I'm going to try to stick down there, little trims and stuff like that that could be used as closures on journals and whatnot. So this is my coloring cart. So this is all my coloring supplies, you know, markers and colored pencils and that kind of stuff, erasers and whatnot. Then this is my new collage cart. So this one's got just all kinds of book pages that I've pulled that I want to use in collage. So these little trays, there's like 2 of these trays in each one of these shelves, and those were in a filing cabinet, but I wanted to have them more at hand so that I can get to them easily, you know. So I've got all my little books down there that I like to pull pages out of, and you know, it's mostly book pages, but it's all stuff that I want to use like for making tags or in collage and that kind of thing. So this is a lot of the reason why I haven't put out any videos recently, is because I've been really working hard on this. Okay, so then up here on top of this filing cabinet, I've gotten rid of a lot of paper, you guys. Paper that nobody else would have wanted, trust me. So I've got my Tim Holtz like glass mat back here that I never use. I don't know why, but I just never use it. A lot of the reason is because I don't like the glare when I do a video. I don't like the glare on it, but and it's been kind of hidden from sight, so I kind of forget that it's there. And so now that I see it, maybe I'll use it more. Anyway, so this is just like large paper, oversized paper that won't fit in a regular filing cabinet. And so I like to keep it, you know, as organized as I can. So this is all like drawing paper and watercolor paper and that kind of stuff. You know, like sketchbooks and stuff, and I picked those up at thrift stores, you know. So these are some of the larger like columnar pads that I found at thrift stores. There's a few of those up in here. There's a smaller one. Some of the like wrapping paper pages from the books, the wrapping paper books, ledger pages that came out of ledgers that I no longer have the covers for, or maybe there was just, you know, a few pages left in the ledger, so so I pulled all the pages out. There's a big book cover there. I'm not sure why that's there. Some beautiful sheet music, special kind of sheet music. There's certain types of sheet music that I like, and there's some that I just go, you know. Anyway, and then these are just kind of like half pages of ledger or whatever. Some like file folder pieces where I cut the metal hardware off. Just, you know, random paper stuff that's kind of oversized. These are like 12 by 12 black and white cardstock. These are pages from a scrapbook. I like to collage on those. Some smaller little ledgers. Those came from Louise, I believe. This is a pack of collage stuff. Lots of collage things. Here comes Journey. Journey likes to sit up on the filing cabinets. I always try to, you know, rather than, you know, making a space off limits to the cats, I try to make the space conducive to the cats, because I feel like it's less fighting that way. And, you know, they're going to do it anyway. So I might as well just kind of make it an accessible place for them. Isn't he pretty? He's a pretty boy. Hot body. Anyway, sorry, the light is going to prevent, there, that's a little better. Anyway, so these are the larger ledgers that I have. This is that German botanical book that I've scanned a bunch of pages out of, and so this is all the originals. Big Lazy Susan with glues and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. Some linens that I picked up at a thrift store the other day that I was gonna maybe do a little haul video and show you guys some of the cool things I picked up. These are all book covers that I would like to use to make journals, so I'm sort of waiting until I have enough of the same size to do like a series, you know. So these are some other books that need to be gutted and added to that. There's another whole filing cabinet full of book covers too. Anyway, these are some more books that I'd like to use for journals. Aren't these cool? I love these. Those are definitely going to get used. These are just book pages that came out of, I can't remember, but I liked them, so there they are. Okay, so then let's go back down here and I can show you the drawers. Excuse some of my stickers, you guys. There's some potty mouth on there. Anyway, so I finally put some labels on my drawers. I've never done that before. So when I put this shelf up right here, I had to make sure, you know, use my brain so that I could still open those drawers for the most part. Anyway, so this is all like smaller cardstock, offcuts, things like that. This is a bag of paint chips. So that's smaller cardstock. And then these are like 8.5 by 11 cardstock, origami paper. These are like page protectors and, you know, random weird things. These are all paper punches. Sorted by size, so those are the small ones, and you know, just kind of organized, sort of. Anything that cuts paper into a shape, I put in there. And then this is all like dies for die cutting, stuff like that. So I like to keep things in little boxes, and that makes it easier for me to use them. Like, especially in a filing cabinet, like you could put so much stuff in here that you would lose whatever's on the bottom. And I like to be able to see what's in there when I open the drawer, and without having to dig. And then these are all stamps down here. A lot of the stamps that I hardly ever use. These are all little sets of letters, you know, and those are the little handles that you put the letters in. Drives me crazy trying to put those together, so I never use them. So this is journal add-ins. So this is just, this drawer is a mess, but this is all stuff that I tuck into pockets on journals, or, you know, covers that are halfway finished, or just things that, you know, I just haven't used that were gonna go into journals, envelopes that I've made, just all kinds of stuff, like postcards and, you know, things that I use, like when I put together thank you cards, things like that are in there. Oh, this is all, this drawer is kind of hard to open. I have to push it down a little bit. Anyway, this is all like file folders, gift boxes, dividers, things that I could use as like mini journal covers. And then there's a box here that's all like scraps of file folder and heavier chipboard things in the bottom that could be used like for tiles or for charms and whatnot. And that's also what's in this bag. Heavier chipboard things. And then this is book pages for journals. So these are all books that I pull pages out of to use in journals. Okay, so as opposed to the book pages that I use for collage, there's a difference. Anyway, so these are all book pages for journals, and then this is the rest of my collage stuff in here. So I'm not going to go all the way through there, but you know, it's just all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's all collage stuff. Okay, and then this is digitals that I've printed that haven't been cut out. Okay, like smaller pieces that, you know, haven't been cut out, or things that I kind of messed up. Well, this isn't a digital, but that's basically what's in here. It's just all like digital things. And then I actually stuck these in here. These probably don't belong in here, but here they are. So postage stamps, labels, and then my box of like random ephemera pieces for like clusters or whatever. And then this is washi tape that I like. I have a whole box of washi tape that I don't like so much. So if anybody wants to make me an offer on a whole box of washi tape, let me know. Anyway, so this is a box, or this is a drawer that has all kinds of charm things in it. So these are all charms that are sort of made up already. And these are those like clear resin discs, you know, that you use on things like that. I want to do a project and like a video and show you guys that process, but and then these are all just like mostly metal charms, things like that. And then I have a couple boxes of oversized jump rings there that I can use for charms. And in this one is all just like other charm things. Anyway, I don't remember. These things come off. They irritate me. These little handles. Anyway, okay. I don't remember what's in that bottom one. See, that's what happens, is I forget what's in things. Anyway, so see, it says charms. Okay, and then this drawer is all like other paper for journals. So vintage like boxed papers. Mostly, well, not mostly, but a lot of onion skin, other types of just plain papers, like grid paper. These aren't vintage, obviously, but just a place to store paper. I have some of my like eco-dyed stuff back here, some other like marbled papers, and some decorative like wrapping papers and stuff like that. Mostly things that I would use as pages in journals. And then this is my drawer full of, I need to vacuum it. This is my drawer for book covers. A lot of those, see, I took a lot of them out because I want to use them and not just stick them away in a drawer, you know. Okay, so this was shipping envelopes, but I have to change the label because it's no longer shipping envelopes. It's all like ink and re-inkers and embossing powders and stuff in there. And then this is all just like ephemera stuff. It started out, it was like gonna be like all French stuff, but it's turned into more than that. So it's just all kinds of ephemera. This bag right here has a bunch of really cool old maps that I want to hang on the wall. And then that really, really old, let me see if I can open this. It's really hard to do this with one hand. Oh, I can't get it open. Anyway, it's that really, really old ledger that I have in my shop as a digital. That's the original book. It's the math book pages. Anyway, so then this drawer is all pages from journal projects. So like that are pretty much already folded in half, cut to size, that kind of thing. And then also like little notebooks that I can just pull pages out of to use in journals. And just, you know, other types of paper that I would use just as journal pages. So lots of paper. And then this drawer is all stuff for collage again. This has like the little photo frames, the little slide frames, and other kinds of, that should go in a different drawer actually. But and then this is all tape, different kinds of tape and little labels and stuff like that. This is all just some of charm stuff. Like these are charms. These should actually go in a different drawer too. Just little bits. This is kind of like my catch-all sort of drawer. There's this tray just has all kinds of little pieces that I can use for different things, you know. I don't know. It's hard to organize this kind of stuff, right? Anyway, so that's that. And then over here, this is all just like supplies, okay? Extra supplies. So these are those, I feel like I have some splaining to do about the paper packs that I just sent out. So I had said that I would put a couple of these glue sticks in each one of those packs. But the problem is that I shipped those as a flat rate first class. And so those packages can't be any thicker than 3/4 of an inch. And it has to fit through their like machine. And so I had to take those out. And I hope nobody was super mad at me about it, but I haven't heard from anybody about it, but I just want to give you my explanation because that's what it is. If you really, really want them, I'll send you some. But I did substitute the glue sticks with a pack of postage stamps in those bundles. I just didn't tell you that I did that. Anyway, glue sticks, extra glue sticks that I just bought, rubber bands, glue bottles, you know, my iron, all that kind of stuff. This is just like extra supplies, okay? And then this drawer is all like pretty much all botanical stuff. See, I use these little plastic things from Target to kind of divide up my drawers, these file folder drawers, because it just helps me be able to like see what's in there, you know. Let me go to the other side because that's really a better view. Anyway, and then all my sticker books. I just got these a couple weeks ago, all these paper dolls. Those are really cool. I want to use those in something and do something really cool with paper dolls. I know there's a lot of people that do things with paper dolls, and so I thought that might be kind of fun. And then this is a drawer full of all kinds of cards and tickets and little tiny tags. Like these are the little watch repair tags that I love. So this is where all the like cards and tickets go. Okay. And then this is all envelopes and paper bags. Kind of self-explanatory. And pockets. Library pockets. My new kitty, Trouble, his name is Trouble officially, he got into this drawer and completely destroyed like half of those really cool old like long envelopes that I got from Louise. Oh my god, I was so mad. But it was like there wasn't anything I can do about it. So anyway, I just threw away the ones that got ripped up. Anyway, so this is all Again, these file cabinets are all separate pieces. So like each drawer is separate, so I can configure them however I want. And they sort of latch together at the back. See, there's like a little hook thing. So the one on top sort of hooks under that. They're really cool. I love them. Anyway, so this is all just printer paper, you know. And then these are stamps. These are all just like smaller stamps, or like the background stamps. Stamps that I use most frequently. Okay. So that's what's in there. And then I have these little trays where, see, I have them kind of organized by type. And so that's those. And then this is all seam binding and sari ribbon and whatnot. So when I use a container like this that has a lid, I always put the lid under the container in a drawer. So that way I always know where the lid is if I want to use it for something else. And then this is all like glassine envelopes, paper bags, some tea bags, little Ziploc bags, and then all my clear bags for, you know, for shipping things. And we'll start at the bottom over here since I'm already bent over. So this is like paper flowers, extra postage stamps. Those are all paper flowers in there. Postage stamps. I don't know why they're in there. And then there's this box that I thought would be kind of fun to sort with you guys on camera. So if you've made it this far in this video and you would like to see how I would go about sorting out this box of stuff, leave a comment and let me know, because I think it would be kind of fun. Anyway, and then this is all kind of like other charm pieces, like feathers and shells and stuff like that. And then this drawer is all, whoops, there we go. This is all art tile stuff. So it's all like glitter and stuff like that. These little rhinestone stickers, you know, sequins, art tiles that I've made that are not finished, stuff like that. It's just all that kind of stuff. This is more like glitter and like those little glass ball glitter, you know. Anyway, so that's what that is. And then this is all dominoes, letter tiles, you know, all of the Scrabble tiles and anagrams and stuff, and then all dominoes in the back. And then this is all, this needs to get sorted. These bags of wooden spools of thread. These are all wooden spools. And they really, I really need to organize them. And I'm thinking that I might put them in that. I don't know. Anyway, so here we are at the end of the row of filing cabinets. See, it's quite impressive, I must say. Anyway, so then this is kind of like my little sewing corner over here for journals. Not necessarily for like clothing, right? Anyway, so this is a shelf that my son made for me when he was in high school. He set it on fire one time with a candle. Anyway, but I have to keep it because my son Conrad made it. Okay, so up on the top there are all my flower presses that I've made out of book covers. And then pressed flowers. Those are empty. That's empty. More thread that are not wooden spools. So in here and here, those are both full of thread. And then empty plastic containers, because I'm still kind of organizing. So I wanted to have some empty bins, you know, at the ready. So, so I could use them. Anyway, So there's that. These are some extra safety pins, paper clips, some really weird eyelets that I don't think I'll ever use. Anyway, and then these are the clips for my flower presses. Sewing machines down there. There's a few sewing machines down there. There's my scan and cut and my Dremel. There's a postal scale up there. And then some boxes. This box would need to get sorted along with that other box because there's a bunch of random things in there too. These are all full of thread. This is empty. These are stamps. These are like the letter stamps that go with the number stamps. What's in here? Oh, these are the tools for the scan and cut. Oh, there's my sewing machine, the Fashion Mate, the new Fashion Mate that I've been using sort of regularly. Some more books that need to get gutted. A couple of sewing boxes that are mostly full of thread. The bottom one is all wooden spools, and the top one is more like newer thread and stuff. And then the foot pedal for my brother machine. And then, so this drawer here, right by the fireplace, is all fabric stuff, like trims and, you know, vintage quilt pieces and stuff for, you know, like these old yo-yos and that kind of stuff. Stuff for journals. And then this is like larger pieces. These are pieces that I usually take photos on when I list journals. Larger pieces of vintage, like, you know, grain sack and linen and, you know, tea towels and that kind of stuff. So that's that. And then I got to sit down again. Okay, here's my other printer. This is the one that I use mostly for scanning. That's the Epson 7720. And see, it's got the big, oh, see, I scanned a big ledger page on there. It's got the large bed scanner. So that's pretty much the only reason I keep it, is because of the scanner. And then I have this old wooden cabinet that I got years ago. I think it was part of an entertainment system or something, like an entertainment cabinet, you know. Anyway, so that's got my long, like, rolls of paper in there. It's pretty deep, so. And then what's left of my 12 by 12 cardstock that is not plain. You see, I have the plain, like the black and white and the craft paper up on the top of the filing cabinets. And then there's a little box down there of things that I want to scan. So if I'm going through things or whatever, and it's something I want to scan, I just stick it in that book, or in that little box. Anyway, so my trash can, some paper cutters. This is a really nice 18-inch one that I got from Carla for Christmas a couple years ago. There's my QB. I do try to move my legs as much as I can. I'll be honest though, a lot of times it's really just a footrest, but I do try to remember that it actually serves a purpose. Okay, and then this, let me move this cart. So this is my, like, I'm always in this drawer. So there's my rubber bands and my baby wipes, my glue, you know, tape runner, my heat gun. There's a little paper trimmer that I use all the time. This is the little UV light, smaller paper cutter. And then these are all inks, and these are the stamps that I use for my, like, stock numbers on journals when I sell them, that kind of stuff. And then these are the paper punches that I use all the time. So I have those, like, at the ready. And then what? Oh, and then up here. So here's my laptop. I've got it on this handy little thing with a drawer. The salt shaker, back to the salt shaker. So I made sure that I put things in these drawers that I don't get to very often, so that it's not like a real hassle having the laptop in front of it. But this is extra like score tape. These are extra paper clips, other types of like oversized paper clips, and then more extra stuff, safety pins and whatnot. Actually, you should take that out of there. So I'll remember to use those, but like the little bits that I don't use all the time. Oh, that's where all the book rings are. Since I hardly ever make ring-bound journals, that's where all my book rings are. So then this is kind of a funny little thing. So there's my bigger monitor that I attach to my laptop so I can actually read it. My laptop has a really small screen, so I use that one. It's bigger and I like it. It's actually a smart TV, and I just plug my laptop into it with a HDMI. So this is my incense. It's not an ashtray. It is an ashtray, but I burn incense in it. And this is little box of. This is the coolest incense, you guys. If you like the smell of wood burning, I get this incense from Incense Warehouse, and it actually smells like it is made out of sawdust. So it smells like really lovely wood smoke, but real mild. Anyway, I just love it. And it comes in all different types of wood. Okay, so these are all my like findings for making charms and whatnot. These are the paper clips that I actually use. So, you know, I have lots of extra paper clips. So if one of these gets empty, then I fill it from the extra. And then I just use these little, trays this is like a paper file, you know, that you would put on your desk. And I just have it inside a wooden crate. Anyway, so I use these little dividers in there as drawers. And so there's all my pens and pencils, a ruler, all my most frequently used tools. And then there's two more. These are two separate little dividers. So I've got all my like X-Acto blades and that kind of stuff in there. And then this is all my like magnet stuff, you know, magnets, and then the little tape that I use to attach the magnets. Okay, and then over here, there's my lamp, which is cool because it's also a charger for my phone. So this drawer, clips and pencils, primarily large scissors, small scissors, and this is all paper punches, like hole punches mostly. This paper punch I keep in here because I don't want it to get damaged. Honestly, these things are like gold. They're like worth their weight in gold just about. So I don't want it to get broken. So I keep it like right there. And then this is all stamps that I use most frequently. So like some label stamps, and then the new numbers that I just got made from Bob. And yeah, mostly label stamps. And then this is just like tapes that I use most often. Fabric tape, some masking tape, that dressmaker's tape, book repair tape. Okay. And I feel like I don't want to label these because I'm not sure I'm going to keep these the way they are yet. So this is all like pliers and jewelry making supplies. These are all staplers and what are these called? Crocodiles. Staplers. I should probably put the spare staples over there with the X-Acto refills. And then these are corner punches in here. These are all corner punches. There's a couple other corner punches in that big drawer. I should put them in here. Anyway, so corner punches. And then, oh, these are like little distressing tools. Those should actually go over here. I should put those in there, so I remember to use those. And this is a letter opener. That should go in there too. Anyway, so see, I'm still organizing. Oh yeah, this goes in there. Anyway, and then up here is just my little, this is actually a bun warmer. So you put, I don't know if it's supposed to go in the oven or what, but you're supposed to put like water in there or something, and it's supposed to keep them sort of warm. I guess you would maybe put it in a warming table or something. Yeah, I think that's what you do. You put it in a warming table because this bottom is metal. Anyway, but it's really cool. I love it for my like tags, my little tags. And then this is my little collection of Denison labels, like the real deal. Just saying. So let me just show you really quickly kind of what else I've done, just to keep you guys up to date. So there's a whole box of books and stuff that I need to sort out. And then underneath is all came out of the other craft room. It's all like ribbons and, you know, stuff like that. There's the fireplace. I need to add some wood. These are 4 or 5 bags of things that came out of my fabric. I finally sorted all of my fabric, you guys, and it took forever, but I got it done. And those are 4 bags of things that I might soon. I will offer them for sale. They're all different, and so if anybody's interested, that will be coming soon. Anyways, I need to reorganize my bookshelf. It's a wreck. So it's just a wreck, but I'll do it. And then I moved that little dresser. That little dresser was over there where my sewing table is. It needs some work. So anyway, so here's the kitchen. Here's the cat's food and water. But I got this little couch. Isn't it super cute? I had this big day bed in here before, and I hated it because I had a memory foam mattress on it, and I hated it because you sit on it and it's like you can't move. Then you can't move, you know. Anyway, but that is actually a hide-a-bed. Isn't it cute? I just love it. Anyway, I just found it at the thrift store. And it's like in perfect condition. Anyway, that little table right there is actually, it was like in a mud room. And it had a mirror attached to the back of it. I took the mirror, or the mirror was not there when I bought it, but I think I got it for like $5 at a thrift store. But it opens up. It's like a little chest. And inside there is all the like journals and things that people have sent me that they've made in Happy Mail. Happy Mail stuff is all in there. And I thought it would be kind of fun to sort through that on a video too. Anyway, and then this little, that little giant trunk I picked up at an antique place for like $10, and I love it. It's like a soldier's trunk, but it has like Japanese writing on it. It's really cool. Anyway, there's my bottle collection. All my bottles. Just got this lamp. Obviously needs a new shade. And then I made that's actually a what do you call it? A pegboard. And I really want to use it one of these days somewhere. Anyway, this gate right here keeps the cats from going upstairs. So, just saying. Anyway, so this used to be Sammy's bedroom. And so I've turned it into my, like, yarn room. Yarn/fabric room. So it's not finished, but it's coming. It's coming along. This is a really cool saddlebag that I got a long time ago at my favorite thrift store that's closed now. It's like from Bolivia. Anyway, it's dusty and hasn't been completely cleaned in these rooms, so don't judge. Anyway, that's my yarn dyeing stuff for acid dye and just You know, so basically all of those shelves that are over there were in the other room, and I used those in my studio space. And so now I have it all in here, so I can put all that stuff on them. Anyway, so this is where I decided I'm going to do all my shipping. So I moved all my shipping supplies in here and my little label printer and stuff. This used to be the desk that I used when I did videos. It's a wreck because I used to do like mixed media stuff all over it. So I think I might sand it down and try to make it look halfway decent again. But anyway, so that's that. And there's my X chair that's super uncomfortable because I have a wide load. Anyway, a bunch of blankets that I've made, you know, it's a wreck. So this is my little space. And yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys because it's kind of fun, you know. I like looking at other people's little world, you know. Anyway, let me know if you want to do a little, if you'd like to watch me sort through this box of junk. It might be kind of fun, you know. And then I have that other wooden box to sort through. So give me some feedback on that. See if you guys are interested in, you know, just hanging out and doing that. I do have some journals that I want to get started, some kind of oversized ones, you know, sort of like that one that I did the video on of how I make a junk journal. I have some other covers that are about that same size that I would like to make into journals and list those for sale. So, yeah, so that's probably my next project. And, yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you around. See you on the next one. Okay. All right. Bye. Love you guys. Bye for now.